Today's reflection, and first of all, good morning. Today's reflection is on the necessity of, at times, of needing to see and speak with a therapist or a counselor, whichever one you prefer to call it. In full disclosure, I am a licensed mental health therapist. I'm a licensed master social worker. Also do some spiritual life coaching as well. We'll talk about that more in depth on the podcast in a couple of weeks. But seeing a therapist isn't something that you should shy away from if you need it. A therapist can kind of help give you that spotlight view, as sometimes you'll hear me call it. A lot of times we have a flashlight view. We can only see the next step in front of us, but a counselor can have that spotlight view. They can see, around you. They can actually kind of give you some ideas on some coping skills to try, maybe something you haven't tried before. It could give you, they could give you, education on the mental health issue that you're suffering from in order to help alleviate that suffering. If there's trauma involved, they can help you process that trauma. And what you want to do is you want to find someone who specializes or at least is very knowledgeable of the condition that you're going through. I also suggest that they be trauma informed, because trauma can be, when we think of trauma, we think of the big T trauma, abuse, that kind of thing. But also, there can be little t traumas. It could be something as easy, or as something as you think of as easier to deal with as a child getting married or graduating from school. It could be, just something you wouldn't expect to cause a trauma reaction, but could cause a trauma reaction. And they can help you, process that, give you some good coping skills that you can practice to help relieve some of the suffering that you're going through. So if you need a professional counselor, we will discuss in the podcast. Matter of fact, it's not this week's episode. This week's episode, which should be dropping tomorrow, is going to be on anxiety and depression. Then next week's episode will be on how to, what you should do and how you should look for a counselor, and what are the things you need to look for in a counselor. So remember, do something for yourself today that's going to make you feel good. This week's affirmation is, I am worthy of love. And I will also be posting a meditation, a guided meditation for us to try this weekend. So be looking forward to that. And as always, do something good for yourself today. And I'll see you in the next video.